Well, so I guess I said my name is Bill, and I asked not to know anything about you before you came, and because I want to come in sort of with a fresh view and see if we could talk about something that might be helpful for you, useful for you tonight, and see if it could change anything for you if that's what you want to do. So I don't even know why you're here exactly, and so if somebody could tell me that, maybe introduce yourselves and tell me why you're here and what you think we should talk about tonight, what would be helpful to talk about.
Well, I was the instigator of this.
Okay, you're the ringleader, okay.
I'm the ringleader here, and we just felt that we needed help in getting across to Pamela that she has to communicate with us a lot better. Mm-hmm. And she needs some self-esteem with herself, and what else?
So are you all living together?
Yeah.
Okay.
We live together, and that was our main project, giving her more self-esteem and
for her to communicate to us.
To us.
Not for us to her, but for her to us, because she just, when we ask her a question or something, she just shuts up and walks away and mumbles.
Okay, so you two are pretty good about, in your view, coming to her and telling her what's going on or asking her what's going on. Sometimes she...
All the time. I should say 99% of the time.
99% of the time, okay.
And that's going high.
All right, she would, when you ask her something, walk away and you hear her mumbling something, so you know she's got something going on, but you're not sure what it is, or it seems like she's mad or upset or something?
Yeah, she was very upset when we tried talking to her or asking her a question. To us, we're her parents. You should be able to talk to your parents about anything.
Right.
You know, and she won't talk to us about nothing.
Okay.
Because she feels that it's her personal life.
Right. So sometimes she has this sense, look at, you guys lay off, it's my life, I don't want to, don't bug me about this stuff. I have my own private stuff.
That's the attitude I get.
Right. And you two say, well, we're not trying to bug you. We want to find out what's going on with you, have a little more communication going back and forth.
Yeah, but it's been this way now for many years.
Yeah.
And so
she's afraid to tell us things. I think that's the whole thing, that she thinks that we're going to get angry with her or say no to her. But she's done this since she's been a little girl.
Okay. So
afraid to tell me things, or she'll tell us at the very last minute. If she's going someplace, it'll be, I'm going out, and I'm leaving right now. Well, you didn't plan on her going out, or you didn't.
You were expecting something different, and it happened occasionally when she was younger, but it's gotten more in the years since she's grown up, and you've told them that it's, you don't want to hear disapproval, or you're afraid they'll get upset or whatever, so you've just learned to keep quiet, spring it on them at the last minute, and you're out of there. And you two would prefer a little more notice so you could plan ahead and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And a little more back and forth communication.
Right.
All right.
Just about anything. I mean, just like for today.
Not even plans or going out.
No, just like for today.
Yeah.
I turn around I've been on her since 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Start to get ready.
We're going to go tonight. We got to get going.
Got to get ready. Got to get going. Got to get going.
All right.
It took her, took you an hour to eat?
She's a slow eater, but that's procrastination.
So you start talking to her about this, and then what happened? I guess I want to know what typically happens with this kind of stuff.
Nothing. All she'll say, yeah, I know.
She didn't say, yes, I know, or get off my back,
no,
or...
just, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what she'll say, I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're here, so you got here, and you got here a little early, which is better than some people might have done, as we've heard, but... So how is that part a problem? I mean, you got here. Maybe the communication wasn't so good on the way.
It's because I have to get nerved up and get angry and get frustrated in order to get her going.
So
if you
start to get wound up, eventually you think it lights a fire under her.
I think it does a little. When I get mad, then she'll do anything I say.
Oh, is that right? She gets intimidated, which is what you said earlier, and what you said a little, Pam, is like, I don't want him to get mad at me.
So she won't do it unless I get mad at her.
Right. So you'd like to see her do it and not have to get so worked up.
Yeah, just, Pam, let's go. Time to take a shower. You know, time to get going. We got to get going.
All right.
To get going.
All right.
Well, that's another thing. Why should we have to tell her to take a shower? She should know that she has to take a shower. She should know she has to brush her teeth. She should know that she has to comb her hair.
But you two are kind of
Constantly
talking
telling
to her about every step.
Yeah.
You got to get going. You got to eat faster. We got to get going here. You got to get dressed. You got to take a shower. You got to brush your teeth. We got to be there by this time, and we have to leave by this time.
5:15, and she was still eating.
Right. And you were getting pretty nervous.
I was already getting nerved.
You're already getting
Of course, I didn't have my shirt on or my shoes on yet either.
But you were kind of thinking, well, I can get those on pretty quickly.
right.
I'm not sure how quickly she'll get ready.
How fast I can light the fire.
And how much I'll need to light the fire. Okay. So, Pam, tell me about this. Is this pretty accurate as far as you can tell? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much.
Very much. Okay, but tell me, in your view of it, same thing? You don't want them to get mad at you? And what happens when they start talking to you and you're walking away?
I just clam up.
You feel pressure from the outside or what?
No, I just clam up.
And why?
Don't know why.
Don't know why. Just developed into a habit over the years. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this question. This
is what happens now.
Yeah.
Exactly what happens now.
When she gets
frustrated and this is exactly what happens. What she's doing right now.
What? She gets a little teary.
She gets teary. She gets angry.
Angry.
Angry and teary.
Oh, I'm angry.
Yeah, you're angry now. I didn't see anger yet. I didn't see any of that.
No, right now it's what do you want to call it?
More teary. Yeah.
More. Yeah.
She's sort of
Morseful.
like she said. She kind of clams up and pulls in. She hasn't clammed up totally yet, but she's gotten quieter and she's gotten more teary, and you've seen that happen a lot. But let me ask you this question, and it may be a strange question for the three of you, but I was really interested. I'm always interested in these things. You say 99% of the time, all the time. You say, well, 99% of the time this happens. I'm really interested in that 1%. Just tell me that 1%. Like, tell me about the three of you. I want to hear about, just because this may be something that'll teach me about what goes on, what works, what doesn't work. The three of you, any of you, maybe you first, Pam, since you usually would clam up then this kind of stuff. Tell me about a moment when it seems to go better between you and the parents, either one of your parents or all three of you. Okay, remember those moments when it goes a little better?
Oh.
What happens then? What's different?
I mean, when I do something right, like, so I just think of something to do.
Right.
It has to be done. I just go do it. Nothing happens. No yelling, no screaming.
No scream, but you don't hear, wow, you did that on your own. Great.
Yes,
Good job.
I do, sometimes.
Sometimes. They say, wow, that was great. We like that. You hear much of that?
See, there's times I agree that I don't always say that,
Right.
but there is times.
There's times when you say, wow, we really appreciated that. You got ready on time. You did this on your own. You took a shower on your own, whatever it may be. Sometimes you're not perfect at it. You don't do it all the time. But mostly when you do it on that kind of time, when you do something on your own initiative or on time or when they want you to do it or when one of them wants you to do it or whatever, things are a little quieter. You don't get so much pressure from the outside. Well, and so give me an example of a time when you did something like that. A recent thing, something maybe in the last year that you did something on your own. You just did it. You initiated it, and it worked out pretty well. You told them you were going out a little quicker than you usually would have, or something. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, I had a weight to go to yesterday. And I told him like the night before. Well, I didn't get the news until the day before that, which was okay.
So that was faster than you usually would have
Right.
told. Yeah.
But I hurried up and did what I had to do, take a shower, comb my hair, and leave.
To get to this, all right?
She did it on her own. I take it because I wasn't at home.
Right. So?
All he did was remind me to take a shower. I was like, yeah.
All right. So you did it on your own, for the most part. A little reminder there, but not having to get nerved.
No.
Not having to get fire up. Okay.
Didn't care.
It was on her own.
It was on
and
her.
she
It was
let you
something
two
she
know
wanted.
the night before.
She did.
Yeah,
Yes,
she did.
She did, and I.
And she looked good when she went out to the wake last night. She dressed up.
She chosen her own outfit, dressed up, done something that you approved of.
Done very good.
All right. So.
Which I admit I haven't said anything about it yet until just now.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, but again, you know,
it was a quick thing. She came and gave me a goodbye kiss that she's going, and she's gone.
There was no time to either congratulate her or get nerved up. Nothing.
It's a shock, you know.
Wait a minute. Who's this clone that was substituted for my daughter, huh? So, let me ask you about that. What was different about that for you? I know what was, different about that for them. How come? How come that time, and you get it together and you tell them earlier, and what was different about that? How'd you get yourself to do that?
I got home about 3 and to be out of there by 4:30.
Right. But you told them the night before. That was the first thing that was different. How'd you get yourself to tell them the night before, and why'd you decide to do that? How'd you decide to do that? Usually you would have waited till the last minute.
Because I got it the night before that.
You heard the night before. You heard the news that you could go, yeah?
The next day I went to work,
Yeah.
come home. I have a funeral to go to or a wait to go to the next day. Because usually she asks me if I'm going to be home for supper.
Right.
I said, no, not tomorrow. So I go to work, come home, 3 o'clock. I had to be out here by 4:30.
Right.
I had to meet my buddy or my friend at 5.
Right.
You only have an hour and a half to get shower, hair wash, teeth brushed.
That's what you told yourself. You better get moving, girl. Let's go. All right, so you sort of said, I'm going to do this, and I got to do it quickly. And he reminds you about the shower. And you go, oh, that's right, I got to do the shower. Great.
In there, out.
In there, out of there, in record time. That was fast to get all that stuff ready. And
Usually it takes me about 20 minutes. Yesterday it took me about 10.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. But I'm really curious about that. And usually you might have, yes, of course, she wants to know whether you're going to be home for dinner, but sometimes, as we've heard, she doesn't know until the last minute whether you're going to be home for dinner. I just want to know what the difference is and how you decided to tell them the night before. What was different about that? How did you decide that?
I don't know. An instinct or an impulse.
Yeah, okay, an impulse. And so, did you like how that went better? Did you like how it went better?
Very much.
Okay, all right. So you want that to happen more? All right. And you two like that?
Oh, yeah.
That was different. You didn't have to go all...
I have found out that when she wants something for herself,
right,
she can do it. She can do things, and she can do whatever she wants as long as it's for herself.
She really wanted to go to that wake. She
really
got it
wanted
together. She got it together in record time that you would have said, oh, she'll never get it together in this time. We'll have to... She got it together. She got dressed in a way that you thought, that looks good. It's good you're going out dressed like that.
I'm sort of proud of her, if you want to say that.
You were proud of her.
She looked good.
Yeah.
She looked good.
All right. All right. So we know she's capable of it.
Oh, she's very capable.
Very capable.
All right. All right. So it's not like some inability she has.
I can give you one thing that's wrong, real quick,
good.
Okay?
Great.
She has duties around the house to do. I'm retired. I sit on my butt all day long.
Yep. That's your
job. And I refuse to do certain things.
Is that your job?
I refuse to do certain things. Yeah. Okay? Ask her when's the last time she vacuumed the house. Now, I haven't done it. I was going to do it today, and I said, no, I'm not. And ask her when's the last time she vacuumed the house.
Okay, so one of the things...
It's supposed to be done once every day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Oh, she brought home a dog, so she has to clean up after
okay.
this
So that was part of the deal.
Yeah.
You bring home a dog, you gotta vacuum, get the dog hairs off and stuff like that. It's maybe been a couple of days since she's done it. Just a couple. All right.
We can kind of go on and this can mushroom, into different things.
Right, all right. But so that's part of the deal. It's, I'm retired. I'm not going to vacuum. I don't want to vacuum.
It's not. No, that's not it. I'll do it.
I don't want to vacuum. You got the dog. That was part of the deal. If you brought the dog home and you had the dog, you agreed to vacuum every day. But she hasn't done it as much. What would be the typical thing that would happen when it didn't work and when she didn't do it? How would it get into a problem?
Well, I come home from work and when I walk in the house
Yes.
and I see all this that isn't done, I have a bad habit of saying, well, this isn't done, that isn't done. Even before I probably even say hello.
Hello.
I see
Good
those.
to see you,
Hello.
Pam.
I've been arguing with her about that. I mean, you
Yeah.
see that even happens with me.
But she
You know,
notices the things.
That's not
Yeah.
done compared to the floor
Things that
that's
are
been
done.
scrubbed.
Right.
But the whole house has been
She
cleaned.
doesn't say, boy,
You know.
thank you for scrubbing the
No.
floor, thank you for... She goes, wait a minute, why is this stuff out on the
Why-
counter and why is this... You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
why is there
notice this
still
when I walk in
a
the
cigarette in the
house,
ashtray?
Well, you wouldn't notice the things that are cleaned up, right? Those are cleaned up. You'd notice the things that aren't cleaned up. Okay, so you would like a little more acknowledgement for what's done, and maybe you would like that too? At least what the things you have done, right? Or
Right.
No, I think
and
we
maybe a little hello, how are you before you before you launch into the critique.
Oh,
Huh?
I think I got her stopped from doing that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've been really trying. I really have been
right.
trying not to come in and say,
Because
well,
I-
oh, gee, why isn't this done,
Yeah.
or why
I've
isn't
jumped
that
on her.
What
on
would
that.
and what would happen then if you typically came into she'd clam up and go to her room
Oh, yeah.
I
or
jump
walk
on
away
her.
and you'd
I'd jump back
you
on
jump
her.
on her and the two of you would start.
No, not really. It would just be
There would just be one or two
a
things
very,
back
yeah,
and
just
forth.
a,
Couple of comments.
yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Oh, welcome home, dear. Something like
Yeah,
that, sarcastic,
yeah.
or yeah, okay, all right, something like that. But it wouldn't be the
Walk in,
greatest
you know,
interaction.
No, she'd walk in, start in, and say, "I love you, dear." You know, it's things like that. You know.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So you've been working on changing. He's gotten on you about that pattern, and you've been working on changing
I've been
that.
trying to
Yeah,
clam up
she's-
when I come in. If I see something,
Clam up.
I just do it myself.
Oh, you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to handle it?
I feel it is instead of causing
easiest way to do it.
It's the easiest
Another-
way to do it, but
yeah.
is that the best way? I mean, I guess what I was thinking is I used to be in a relationship, and I went out, and the woman I was living with was, she was unemployed. She just moved there to come and be with me. And I was working, and I came outside the home, and I came home, and we'd get into a fight every night. Every night we get into an argument. I was like, after a while, the two of us sat down. He said, "What's going on here?" And I said, "You know, what the problem is that I come in from work, I'm kind of stressed, I'm kind of, you know, I'm trying to come down from the day, and I come home, and immediately you're talking to me and wanting to know how my day was and telling me how your day was. I think I need just a couple of minutes to come down here and just to decompress or whatever." So, you know, I just developed the habit as I just go in, I take a quick shower, like 5 minutes, just to wash off. And that seemed to me to wash off the day. Then I'd come out and I was different, I was fresh, something was different, and we didn't get in our usual arguments. So like, what's your usual pattern when you come home? You mentioned something or whatever, you've been changing that. What if you know, went for 5 minutes in the other room, just sat and watched TV, or, you know, sat down and, you know, in the other room, and then walked out? And
Because I usually have dinner waiting for her on the table. It's
and
usually
she gets there kind of late, and, you know.
It's usually
you know,
there. I'm not saying all the time.
You want to have dinner.
Not
You
saying
want to
all
have
the
dinner
time.
right away.
It's usually, because I'm home, it's after 6.
Right. They've
So
been
by-
waiting.
we want, yeah,
They've been
we'd
waiting
like to get
dinner.
dinner
yeah,
by
right,
6:30,
right.
7 o'clock at least.
At least, yeah.
Some nights it's
On
7
occasions, I
o'clock.
don't do it.
But so I guess it's not go take a shower, go into the other room or whatever. What could you do differently when you first walk in? I mean, you've been working on this a bit. What could you do differently when you first walked in? Something different. That's not go clean up. They're the things that they haven't done, or go handle them.
Well, I usually come in and, you know, I see these things. Well, I may go in and say hello, and then if
Yeah.
I do say hello, then I start in, well, how come you didn't do this, or why isn't this done? But I usually go and change my clothes and get into comfortable
all right.
clothes, and then come out, and either whatever he hasn't done for dinner, I start to do.
He finishes it up.
And lots of times, sometimes, Thursday night's chicken night, so I bring home chicken.
All right.
Well, I walk in expecting the table to be set.
And it's not set.
It's not set. Well, you know, I've learned not to say anything more. I set the chicken on the table, go in and hang up my coat, and go and get
Right.
undressed, and then he may say, he's still watching TV or something, and I'll say, all right, dinner's on the table, let's get going, you know, and then I'll go in and I'll take the plates down and set the table or whatever if she doesn't come out and do it.
Right.
She's usually in on the computer, playing on the computer, so.
Okay. So you'd like one of them to come out rather than you taking it, and you don't want to have to come home and, you know, start commenting on the things that are done, but you would love one of them to have it done while you're getting dressed, or, you know,
Yeah, it would
you're
be
changing.
nice, yeah.
That'd be nice. But you tend to take it on yourself.
Yeah. I'm used to that.
Yeah? Is that a good role or is that not a good role?
Depends on how you look at it. It's good for them. It's bad for me, probably.
Well, is that something we want to change, though?
It would be nice to change, yes. That I wouldn't have to come home and say, oh, let's get the dishes set or
Right.
table set, especially when they know that I'm
Yeah.
bringing home what I'm
Right.
bringing home, or else dinner.
So some
it's
nights
not-
they do it and some nights they don't. Or some nights he does it,
Yeah.
some nights does Pam do it
Right. Some nights she does.
without being reminded ever? Yeah?
I don't know. if she-
Sometimes she'll set the table
Uh-huh.
on her own. The other night, when the table was set, she done it on her own. I don't know when it was.
Uh-huh.
Monday.
So occasionally
I
it
don't remember
happens.
what
You
we
like
had.
it to happen more consistently.
Right.
All right. All right. Because she's home a lot earlier than you are.
I mean, she
You're-
likes to come
you're there
in
most
and
of the day.
unwind.
I'm there all day.
You're there all
I'm there all day.
all day, and so you know, you would tend to just take it on and do it yourself, and that's not the greatest habit, right? I guess I was wondering about that with your situation, Pam. You know, I guess the thing that I would think is nature abhors a vacuum. Like if somebody steps in and does it, if you would set the table, I'd say, hey,
Yeah,
I'm watching the show. This is a great deal. This is a good deal. I like that. If I won't have to think about taking a shower because I know my parents will say, take a shower, take a shower, take a shower. Let them hassle me for a while.
What to put it off?
That was good. What didn't you like about it?
I didn't do the work that I was supposed to.
All right. You didn't do it on your own.
Right.
You think if they would have laid off for longer, you would have finally sort of taken your own initiative or not?
Think so.
Yeah, eventually. It would have been hard for them to last more than to the time when you finally got motivated.
Yeah.
I remember when my wife had a cesarean section, and unexpectedly we thought she was going to just have a regular, birth, and so she was laid up in bed for a couple weeks afterwards from the operation. And I remember, I had teenage kids at the time, and myself, and she finally sort of got out of bed and was moving around pretty well after about 2 weeks. She came out and she looked at the kitchen and living room. She said, I can't believe it. You guys are competent. The kitchen was clean. The living room was clean. But then what we figured out was, I typically don't do the dishes till I can't find another fork. That's when I know to do the dishes. That's the guy way, huh?
Right.
Is that the guy way? I don't know, but...
What does his name go?
All right, Tim Allen. There's no forks. I'll do the dishes. So, my wife would do the dishes when there was a fork in the sink. When there was one fork in the sink. That's when she knew to do the dishes. So
That's the women's way.
that's the women's way, maybe, and maybe there's individuals within that too. But I think that I didn't realize, again, if she'll step in and do the dishes, it's okay with me. Generally, I'll go along with it, and that's maybe the man's way too. You ever see it at a party or a gathering or whatever? You're sitting around, everybody's sitting around after Thanksgiving dinner, and then the women start to get up and say, "Oh, we'll take the plate."
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Our typical thing is at breakfast.
Yeah,
We can never wake up, is what we're told.
wake her
I'm
up.
never awake at breakfast time.
You're not awake.
No, her.
Her. Oh yeah, she's still sleepy from the
She's
night.
still sleeping.
And if you didn't get her going, would she get to work?
See, Father
What do you
is
think,
very,
Pam?
very nice and gets up every single morning for her and makes her breakfast
Right.
and her lunch.
Right,
So all she has to do is get herself out of bed
right.
and get dressed.
But
and
I
come
bet you
to
help her
dinner.
get out of bed too.
Get there from...
I'll get up. Well, no, not really. I'll just get up. When I get up and I go to the bathroom, when I come out of the bathroom, I'll say, Pam, it's 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock or
Right.
whatever time it is for her to start getting
Right.
up. Well, that's all I'll give it to her.
Is that it?
That's it.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is
That's
the
it.
Pam I've come to know and love.
That's it.
You get up on your own?
But I
Wait a
won't
minute.
leave her until she
Wait a
gives me
minute.
an answer.
No, he comes in, he knocks on the door.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. Okay. Bye.
And then you get yourself up. Even
15, 20
sometimes
minutes
you're
later,
tired.
half hour later.
Right, but she gets herself up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh. There's a crack in your story here. There's a crack in your story. She gets herself up. Now, I'm not saying don't make breakfast for her, don't make lunch. That's a nice thing to do. That's kind. I like that.
Yeah, gets me up early.
Yeah, get
Rather
you
than staying
going
in
or
bed.
whatever. Okay, that's fine. But it's an interesting thing. She doesn't do anything on her own? Wait a minute. You're an alarm clock. You've told her to get up, and that's one thing. Maybe you wouldn't do that. Some other people wouldn't do it. They'd let her get a clock and get herself up. But again, that's a nice thing. But she's gotten herself up. That seems to work all right.
Step in the right direction.
Well, I mean, it's a step to recognize, I think, you know, because again, she gets up and she gets herself going for work. Not everybody does. You know people who, oh, I don't want to go in today, I'm going to call in sick, and, you know, they don't. Maybe she's done that, but generally she gets herself up and goes to work.
No, I think we've complimented her also when she goes out in the evening, that she comes home at a decent hour.
Oh, okay.
She does come home at a decent
typically
hour.
doesn't stay out all hours?
No,
or all
she's
night?
not out until 4 o'clock in the morning or anything like that.
And if something delays her, will she give a call, or
No.
doesn't that?
That's
No.
the problem.
All right, and you would worry. then.
We've been,
We've been worried.
And you.
well, I don't know, if you're a parent,
Yep.
how old are your,
28, 26,
Okay.
18, and 10.
and they at home?
No, the 10-year-old is.
Oh, 10-year-old, yeah, but, I mean,
No, the other ones are gone.
were they at home when they were older?
Yeah,
When you're-
sometimes. They
when-
came
when
back
they-
and lived with us
What
for
I'm
a
saying,
while. It's
and
in
they
their
went out
20s.
at night, you really don't go to sleep. You're sleeping, but you don't go to sleep
Yeah, you worry about them, yeah.
until that door closes. When they close the door, walk into the house
When they
and
could
close
drive,
the door,
that was the
now
case
you're
for
out.
me.
Well, see, she
You
goes
know.
out by herself, and
It's always,
if she's out until 1, normally she comes home at 1:30 on
Right.
Friday nights,
Yeah.
which is fine, you know. But when I wake up and it's 2 o'clock, well
it's not
then,
there. You would have
I'm
rather
not-
gotten a call.
yeah, you know, what happened.
And
You know, then I'm not sleeping until
Right.
She comes in. If
Till she
it's
comes
2 or 3.
she'd rather she communicate a little more about that stuff. And Pam, you wouldn't want to call because you're afraid they get mad or tell you to come home or what?
No.
Just a habit of not communicating again. All right. So they'd like to hear a little more about that. That would be one thing that could change in a better direction. Okay?
And to tell us where she's going, and like the other night, she said she...
Whoa, 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 you got a reaction there.
Yeah.
To tell you where she's going, because why? You're worried? Or?
Well, so that in case something would happen, I'd know
Right.
where to
You'd
look
know
for
at
her.
least.
We understand plans change.
Right.
I mean, I'm going
But
to go
you'd like
here.
to generally know if she
But-
doesn't come home by 3 o'clock and you're starting to get worried and you have to call the police, at least you give them a place to
A
start.
direction.
Then they say,
Direction.
where did your daughter go tonight? You say, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
You'd rather have some clue. And so, but you reacted when she said that about, tell us where she's going. You don't want to have that kind of, him to have that kind of thing. It seems too
Information.
controlling?
I don't know.
Too much?
I don't know. I wouldn't say controlling.
But, and so you really reacted to that. I wonder what that reaction was.
I just looked up.
She wants the privacy.
I mean, granted, she's 30. I mean, she can go and do as she pleases. I mean, I
Right.
have no problem with that. She's old enough, but yet...
You
she's
do worry as a parent.
It's a young lady that's out there driving a car by herself, and you hear so many stories. I mean, you know,
Sure,
it's
it's worrisome.
just
All right.
the idea.
So but answer me, Pam, if you can. So what if you left in your room, just on a piece of paper, in case you didn't come home at a certain hour, where you planned to go that night? Not even have to tell them, but just left it written on a piece of paper. There
No,
are,
I would rather tell them.
would you? Okay. But you don't want to tell them, or do you care? I don't
So
know.
usually when I go out, I go to my little restaurant, which is 10 minutes away,
Yeah.
and that's where I stay.
The
I know, yeah.
whole evening most of the time. All right. That's typically where you go, but if you go someplace else and they wouldn't know about it, they'd be worried.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of that?
If I went somewhere else, I usually don't call because I'll go there and come back, and then, get back quick so that I can get home on time.
Right. Right. And so, but I guess what I would say is, what I heard from them is, okay, if she's going to be later than like 1:30, we'd like to hear from her.
Right.
But you typically don't call, and so, what about that? Would you be willing to call? Why
Yes.
not?
Yes.
Yeah? Would you? I mean, is this too much pressure? Is
She
it?
did for a while.
Uh-huh.
She did for a while there. At,
She got into a habit of calling a lot more regularly than
No, because she wouldn't stay out really too
Right.
late before.
But then after a while, if she was going to be late, she would call you for a
Yeah.
little while, but that sort of dropped out recently.
Yeah, well, not recently. It's a long time ago that she started.
A few years, yeah.
Quite a few years.
Okay, all right. And so,
And I said, we don't care where she goes. We don't really want to.
We care, but I mean,
Right.
we're not.
you don't want to have to, monitor every movement, but
Right.
you would like to know
Right.
generally
Right.
what are your plans, when are you going to be home for dinner, when are you going to be later than 1:30, that kind of stuff is just the basics that you would like to have for her. Okay? And so she's saying, okay, I'd be willing to do some more of that. Now, what about these times, we got to finish up pretty quickly, but what about these times when it's the three of you or two of you, and you two are trying to get some information out of her, and she's walking away, and she's mumbling, or she's slamming things, you're slamming things. What about these times? What could we, what could you do, what could we talk about here that might make that just a little better? Not perfect. We're not going for perfect, but just a little better.
That would be nice. That would be a really nice thing.
I can't answer that because I usually don't get angry until she starts banging.
Okay.
Her
So
walking away and mumbling, I may holler at her for it, but I don't get angry until she starts banging, slamming drawers,
When you hear
slamming
anger,
doors.
you sort of punches your buttons and you get
Oh,
angry
yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so one of the things is, if she's angry at you, how would you like her, because she may get, people and families get angry at one
She's
another.
allowed to get angry at me.
Right? So how would you like her to handle it a little differently than going and banging the drawers? It isn't too big a leap for her. You know, Pam.
All I want is a little communication.
What would that look like? Like if you were me and you'd said something and somehow for some reason it punched my button and I got angry at you, how would you like me to handle it with you?
Are you her or are you me?
Yeah, I'm her.
You're her. Well, see, I punch your button by saying, where are you going?
And I'd get, oh, there they go again. There he goes again.
And you're walking away from me and mumbling. Now you start banging.
Okay,
And
now
I'll
what
say,
would you like me to do
cut out
instead
the-
of bang?
Instead of banging, I would rather you turn around and say, I'm going so-and-so.
Well, but what if I didn't want to tell you? What if I just got angry that you asked? How could I communicate to you that I was angry? Better than banging the drawers?
That I couldn't say. That I don't know.
You have an idea? What would be better? It's not perfect, right? You'd rather she turn around and tell you where she's going.
Maybe I'm going out and I'll be back at such and such
Okay, what
time.
if she wasn't willing to do that? What if I'm not willing to, like, I think you're too much in my face, in my life, it's punch my buttons, I'm angry, you don't want me to go bang drawers, but somehow you want me to communicate to you in a different way, just to communicate to you.
That's all I want is to communicate to me.
So would you rather...
Nothing else.
So would you rather I say, look, I really get angry when you ask me those things, or when you put pressure on me.
I'd probably turn around and say, well, where's the pressure? Why are you getting angry when I'm...
Because you're
I don't
asking
feel
me where
there's
I'm
a
going, and
pressure.
I hate that.
But I still don't see the pressure.
That feels like pressure to me. You don't see it, but it feels like pressure to me.
If she would see, now you're communicating with me. She's not. She doesn't do that.
But that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Is that what you want a little more of? Even if she doesn't like what you do, even if she doesn't
Even if I don't like what she does, I would rather have that than the turning around, walking away, and mumbling under her breath.
Right.
And banging stuff around.
Okay. All right, good. So now I need to talk to Pam. All right. So I see the tears. So the tears come when what? When we're talking about this stuff and the tears come. What goes on inside you with that? Just tears come, or are there feelings that go along with it? You sad, you scared, you upset? What happens?
I don't know. Am I lying?
No. Wait, I'm talking to Pam here. Butt out.
Sorry.
Butt out. Too much pressure for me. So, you don't know, the tears just start to come. So, when I was just talking to your dad like that, it's like, hey, I don't like it when you put pressure on me. And he says, where's the pressure? I say, I feel pressure. Whether you're putting it on me or not, I feel it. I don't want you to ask me those questions. I get mad. Is that something you could ever say?
I don't know.
That's a tough one, huh? It's a big leap. All right. So what do you think could be an alternative to somehow speak back to the pressure and, not go bang things around? What's a better alternative for you? Is that a good alternative for you?
Yeah.
To go and bang things?
No.
What do you think the better, a way that would work better for you? Not what they want.
Leave me alone for a while. Let me have 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Great. All right. So instead of going and banging things, she wants at that point to have some time by herself. If she said that to you, or to you, I need 5, 10 minutes, instead of walking away and mumbling and banging, it wouldn't be what you wanted. You'd rather her tell you where she's going, but would that be better?
I would be happy with that.
That would be better.
I would be happy with that.
That'd be a step in the right direction.
That's a communication.
That's communication, rather than the mumbling and walking away.
Rather than
But the only thing is it a lie or is it the truth?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
When she's going to come back in 5 or 10
5 or
minutes.
10 minutes. Maybe
to
she'd
tell
come
us-
back, maybe she wouldn't. But right now, she
But I
needs
mean,
5 or 10 minutes.
will she tell us a lie or will she tell us the truth?
That is, will
So
she
she'll
come back
tell
and
us-
tell you where she's going?
Yeah, will she tell us?
In
Will
5 or
she tell
10
us
minutes,
what-
will she come
well,
back and say,
we
I'm not
wanna
ready
hear-
to talk
no,
yet?
well,
Or?
right.
Well, we want to
Will
hear.
she tell us what we want to hear, or will she tell us the truth?
See,
Oh, you mean after
we
the 5 or
find-
10 minutes?
We find
Yeah.
her telling us
Oh, yeah.
things
That
She-
that she thinks we want to hear.
Like you've said, she may be afraid you'll disapprove, you'll be
Yeah.
upset, you won't want her to do it.
Right.
So either she won't talk to you and won't tell you, or she'll tell you something that she thinks you want to hear, which isn't really what she's going to do, or whatever it may be. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a different question. It's a slightly different question. And it doesn't sound like we're going to solve that one tonight. I'm just saying, can we make one step towards communication? One step. Just to change the old pattern. Just turn back, instead of mumbling, instead of going and slamming drawers, say, that's pressure. I don't want to talk. Give me 5 or 10 minutes.
That's fine. That's communicating to me.
That's a step in the right
It's a
direction.
step in the right direction.
It still
and
doesn't
it's
handle,
It's
telling
not-
you everything
It's
that
not telling
she's
me
doing,
anything, but it's communicating to me. It's telling me something.
and you prefer that rather than walking away, mumbling, slamming drawers.
Slamming drawers, banging her fist against
That'd
the
be better.
walls, and
Oh, yeah.
That'd be better. And that's what I'm talking about. I think, you said it's been going on for a long time. These habits have developed over a long time between all 3 of you, really. And sometimes there's some differences, like going to the wake, Wow, that's great. And yeah, it'd be nice if you appreciated that about one another when he's, cleaned the floor. It'd be nice if you appreciated when she's gotten ready for the wake on her own or done something, gotten herself up on her own. It's nice when families appreciate one another. And that'd be nicer to put a little more of that in rather than the criticism. That's always nice for families. But all I'm saying is one little change you could do is just, they want you to tell them where you're going. Maybe you don't want to tell them that at this moment, but they definitely would like to hear, especially between the 2 of you when this typically happens, this kind of back and forth thing. I'm not going to talk to you now. I need 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going away. I'm going to go think. I'm going to go to the other room or whatever. I need 5 or 10 minutes. Back off. Yeah? You'd be willing to try that as an experiment? Mm-hmm. Okay, now you can't be, at that point, you can't be saying, "Nah, why won't you tell me? Why won't you communicate more?" For now, you got to accept that.
for now, I will accept that.
It's a step in the right direction. I don't know if this happens between the 2 of you, but same thing.
Well, a lot of times I'll just walk away, unless I get really angry.
Right.
But I mean, if I don't get angry, I'll just,
Right. But most of
because
the
I
time it's
know
the
what
two of
she's
the- yeah.
like, and I just try to handle it and back off.
Right.
Though I know there's times I don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on what situation is
Again,
there.
not everybody's perfect and everything, and they'd like you to tell them a little more beforehand what your plans are for the next day, whatever it may be, and call if you're going to be later than 1:30 on Friday nights or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe other times on the weeknights. I don't know about that. Or maybe you don't go out.
Well, that's usually the latest she stays up is usually on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friday
but so,
nights are-
if it's out of the routine, they want to have a call, and, they of course want to know where you're going, but that's a different
Call
story.
me and say I'm on my way home right now.
Sure, that kind of thing, yeah, that kind of thing, all right? So even if it wakes them up, they'd prefer to know, because you're going to be awake, worrying anyway, maybe. All right, so those little changes, I guess that's what I'm saying is, if it's been this many years as a habit, starting to make those little changes, and also starting to notice when things go a little better, that's always good, and starting to notice when she takes initiative on her own. I think she's doing it in a lot of areas that, I probably haven't even heard about. And so...
Yeah, she has, and we do tell her lately.
Yeah.
Well, knowing
in
that
the
we were
last
coming
year,
here
whatever.
Yeah.
this week, We
may have
been
changed things.
excellent.
Oh, you've been in a model family.
Oh,
huh?
yes. We
It's
have
like you
close.
floss more before
Pretty
you go to the
close.
dentist, is that
Pretty
it?
close to it.
Well, okay, we're making an appointment every
close
week
to it.
for you,
All right,
three,
it
until
Pretty close
the
to it.
until
Tonight
the
when I
habits
came
change.
in the door, she says, "Oh, Mom, good. Hi, how was your day?" Put her arms around me
Okay,
and walked me
all
to her
right.
bedroom.
You have an imaginary appointment with me every week, and you're gonna better be on your best behaviors from now on. And that's great.
In fact, I've even commented to her, to him, the changes that I've seen all week. And I says,
Been
I
at least
know
a week,
she
maybe a little
knows
more than a week.
that we're coming
That's
here.
great. That's great. Oh, I love it. I
You
love
know,
it.
So,
It shows that things can
There's a
change.
motive behind it.
Well, that's great. I
I like
like.
to forget what had happened.
That's good. That's good. I like that motivation. That's a good motivation.
you know.
But what it says to me is that things can change. That's what it says to me.
Oh, I'm
That
sure
every every one of you are capable of doing some slightly different things to make things go a little better. And
Yeah.
so, if you want, my assessment, if I've gone around with my little stethoscope, there's a good heartbeat in this family. There's a lot of love, and there's potential to change. You've changed some, and if you take it a little at a time and take some steps, I think you're heading in the right direction.
Got water up there if you want water.
All right, so that's about all I have to say. Any other questions or things that I didn't ask about, I should have asked about? I mean, we don't have too much time, but just the high points, anything that was pretty crucial that I didn't ask about or you didn't get a chance to tell me?
Well, it just, well, it's all, we're always saying her, with a little more appreciation of the things her dad does for her,
Right.
I says, he doesn't have to get up every morning.
You'd
for
like
her.
to hear a little more of that back too. Again, a little
Yeah.
more communication, but of that positive communication would be even nicer.
Well, he'll ask for her to get a can of pop, and sometimes she just doesn't want to do it for
Right.
him.
I've told her, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
You like more communication, even if she doesn't do it. You like
Right.
more
I'd
obviously
rather her tell me
activity
I don't want to do it
than
than
just
to get
not
up.
do it.
No, than to get up, mumble, cuss, and go down and get me the pop and bang the doors and bang the can and
Ooh, so
bang
you'd
stuff
rather-
around. I'd
Absolutely.
rather have her say, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. Even though you'd prefer she did it, even though it'd be nice if she were
Who doesn't
grateful.
like to be waited on?
Right,
You
sure,
know.
right. But you would prefer her to just stand up a little more and say no.
If that's what she if
No,
if
I
that's
don't
what
want to
she
talk.
feels, yeah.
No, I don't want to get
Yes.
the can of pop for you.
Yes.
And she said she's been willing to practice a little on the no, I don't want to talk right
And
now.
I've told her that I don't know how many times. Just tell me no.
Right, but
Don't
again, that's
cuss, don't
pressure.
walk away,
That's
don't
pressure for
bang.
her. That's
Just
pressure for
tell
her.
me no.
She's going to learn to say no to the pressure right at first. And then she's
Yeah.
going to practice on that, and maybe she'll expand it out to other areas.
But I just feel that a little more appreciation
Yeah.
for the things that
Sure.
he does for
You
her.
would like more of that, and
Yeah.
maybe that you do. It sounds like you do a lot of things as well.
So.
Well, we
yeah,
all do
should
our share. She does her share
Sure.
when she's
When she
pushed
wants
into
to-
it.
Yeah, when she wants
Oh,
to.
when
do
she's
it.
motivated or when
when
she's
she's
pushed
pushed
into it, or
into it.
sometimes on her own. Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes we go away for the weekend and she's left home alone,
Yeah.
and she has the wash to do,
Yeah.
and she's got to clean up and that. But I know these are things that she leaves to the very last minute, and we can't get
I won't do them on Saturday.
and the wash does not get done like that.
No, it takes a little time.
Yeah, it takes.
Takes a little time, but she may leave it till the
She
last
does
minute.
get it done.
She does get it done. Okay. Typically, she gets it done.
She does get things done.
All right. Now, just because we're pretty much out of time, I just want to ask all three of you this question. How was this conversation for you? Was it what you expected? How did it feel? Was it okay? Just a few quick impressions. I know it maybe take you a little while to sort it out, but
All I can say is it's okay. I mean, I have no idea what to expect. I've never been
Right.
to anything like this before. I've never,
right. You did fine.
and I don't know what's what. So I.
Okay, but so it's okay,
it's,
but
it's okay.
okay.
I
Not
don't know what to
life-changing,
expect.
but yeah. Don't know what to
Yeah.
expect, but it was okay. Was it comfortable for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy for you to just talk about this stuff?
Sure it does.
How about you, Pam?
Same.
Was
Still
okay?
the same.
Yeah?
Interesting though.
Yeah, interesting, huh? You talked more than I thought you would have given what your folks said about you. Did that surprise you, or is that about the amount you usually talk, or?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Because I was afraid that, you know, some of the questions I was going to be asked were going to be, you know, I'm putting pressure on you, I'm putting you on the spot or whatever, and you didn't seem to react too much like that to me. So that was pretty comfortable, the questions I asked and the way that we talked here.
Yeah.
Okay, you seemed, you know, pretty comfortable with it. All right, good. How about you, Judy?
Oh, I felt comfortable here. It was getting somebody else's opinion out of the family, you know,
Yeah,
which is,
so it's
I
nice to
think
get
is great.
A different
you know,
view of things.
a different view of the way things are. Pam does communicate with other people real well. I mean, she, you know, if we're in a crowd or out someplace or with relatives or something, she does
Sometimes
speak
she's
out.
just-
Yeah, she does talk, and but. You know, and I says, there she is, talking away, but I mean, we can't
Not
get her
at home,
to say
Not
anything
at
at
home.
home. But,
Yeah.
no,
But I think, again, people
think
develop these habits, and so that may be one of the things that these little changes can start to lead you into different habits.
Yeah, but getting your view of things and seeing our view
Is this the
could
first
help.
time you participate in anything like this, too?
Yes.
Yeah, all three of you. Well, it was very courageous of you to come and to do that, because you don't know me, you don't know, it's an unknown situation, you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, we're hoping for some type of solution.
Well, I think that you're moving
You know.
towards that, and I think you can continue on. There are folks here that will be willing to do that, and if you'll be on your best behavior every time you know you got an appointment, what the heck, we're making one for you every week. That'll be great.
Every week?
No, every week. Once a month. Once you get it down, once a month.
She has gone before to a psychiatrist.
Yeah, right. But it's the first time the three of you
But
have,
yeah,
or something.
well, it was one-on-one, but the thing was, we never found out what went on. I mean,
so it didn't really
naturally,
make that much of a difference for
so
you.
it didn't make, and we didn't see any changes there.
No big changes at home, yeah.
I mean,
No
she
changes.
No changes.
was what, 17, 18, 21 or
Yeah,
something
it was
like
a while
that.
ago.
It was quite a while ago. But,
Well, I
you
think
know,
this kind of thing, you know, I think this kind of thing could be helpful. You know, just to get together, come to a meeting of minds, get another point of view about things, and get some things talked about between the three of you, and maybe start shifting those habits that you've developed as a family. I think that'd be nice. Well, I recommend it.
that's what
Maybe we get
that's
Pam-
what we like. You
Maybe
know.
we can get Pamela to start talking to us a little bit, huh?
Maybe she'll say no first, though.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's going to
Saying
be...
something.
I think that's great. I think that's great. Okay.
Rather,
So let's stop this at this point, and I really appreciate you all coming in. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Hope you.